Okay, hello everyone. We're going to talk about our presentation called Odyssey. So first is the table of contents. We're going to talk about the summary first, and second, words expressions, and third, grammar or sentence structure, fourth, literary technique, and last, discussion about two themes. So I'm going to talk about the summary. So in this part of the Odyssey, Nestor tells Telemachus about Menelaus' difficult journey home after the Trojan War. Menelaus faced storms, lost ships and companions, and wandered far away before finally returning home with great treasure. Nestor also explains how Orestes later avenged his father Agamemnon by killing Aegisthus. After hearing the story, Telemachus is advised to visit Menelaus to learn more about his father. Odysseus is his father. Nestor warmly welcomes Telemachus and Athena, offering them food, shelter, and sacrifices to the gods. Athena later reveals her divine nature by flying away in the form of an eagle, amazing everyone. The next morning, Nestor and his family perform a religious sacrifice to Athena. After the ceremony and feast, Telemachus prepares to continue his journey. Nestor provides him with horses, supplies, and his son Pisistratus as a companion. Together, they leave Peleus and travel toward Lacedaemon to meet Menelaus. That's all.
Okay, I would like to introduce several interesting words and expressions from the Odyssey by Homer. First, let's look Rosy Finger Down. It's a famous example of an epic epithet. Homer uses it repeatedly to describe the sunrise. The image of dawn stretching its pink right across the sky is compared to fingers, creating a vivid and poetic picture. Another well-known expression is wine dark sea. Instead of describing sea as blue, Homer compares its color to dark wine. These expressions give the sea a mysterious and powerful atmosphere and is one of the most famous praised in classical literature. Next, we can find the name Jove, Minerva, and Neptune. These are Roman names of Greek gods. Jove refers to Zeus, the king of gods. Minerva is Athena, the goddess of wisdom, and Neptune is Poseidon, the god of sea. Their appearance shows how important divine intervention in the story.
Right.
The text also contains some arcane English words. For example, array means before. So we can use this word instead of before.
Right.
And yeah means you, but these words are rarely used in modern English, but common in all the translations of classical works. Finally, there is the expression counsel evil against him. Here, the verb counsel means to plan or to devise. Therefore, the praise means that someone secretly planned harm against another person. So, in Odyssey, God's planned to harm the main character. In conclusion, these expressions help create a unique style of the Odyssey. They not only make the story more poetic, but also give us insight into ancient culture, or mythology, and language. Thank you.
Okay. Cool. Okay. Let's begin with the example of syntactic inversion. The text reads, "So vast and terrible are the seas that they must cross." In standard English syntax, we expect a subject-verb complement order. However, the translator employs complement fronting. By placing the adjectives vast and terrible at the very start, the author utilizes a psychological effect called foregrounding. Before the audience even identifies the subject, the seas, they are already overwhelmed by the emotional weight of fear and magnitude. The inversion mirrors the hexameric rhythm of the original Greek, creating a sense of epic grandeur and standard word order simply cannot convey. It forces the reader to acknowledge the obstacle before the journey. Now let's analyze a point that might seem simple at first, but is actually quite profound. The mendative subjunctive in the sentence. Heaven and the immortal gods forbid that you should leave my house. One might ask that it just looks like a fancy way of saying don't go. Grammatically, the use of should here is not a model of advice. It is an emotive or putative should. It functions within a subjunctive mood which deals with non-factual hypothetical situations. By using this structure, King Nestor isn't just expressing a personal wish. He's framing the guest's departure as a virtual impossibility. In the text of Xenia, the sacred law of hospitality, letting a guest sleep on a ship, would be a religious transgression. Therefore, Nestor uses the subjunctive to distance the idea of living from reality. He's grammatically implying that the very thought of Telemachus living is so offensive to the gods that it shouldn't even exist in the realm of possibility. This can be a great example of how grammar can encode cultural values. Moving on to the hallmark of Homeric epics, epithets and apposition. Consider the phrase, "the child of morning, rosy-fingered dawn." Technically, the child of morning and dawn are opposition, providing a dual-layered identification. But the linguistic highlight is the compound epithet rosy-fingered. Morphologically, it follows the pattern of adjective plus noun plus ed. In oral tradition, these epithets were not just descriptive adjectives, they were mnemonic devices. For the poet, dawn is rosy-fingered by definition. It's a fixed attribute. This creates a sense of universal order. In this world, characters and nature are not changing, they have fixed essences. This grammatical tagging helps maintain the epic's stability and provides a vivid anthropomorphic lens through which the characters view their world. And the true-to-born means that it's another expression of representing the Athena, and cloud gather is another expression of representing the Zeus.